Yeah, is there some Tesla news now that we're like an hour into this thing?
The factory is not keeping doing it in Fremont, California. I talk good and stuff. Due to the event, we shall say. If you guys are just tuning in, we have a code word for the event. You can guess what's happening in the world right now. But Tesla has been told to shut down the California factory to help fight the event. I like calling it the Crown. The Crown is a good one, you know. So yeah, there was kind of a back and forth here where
Because it's the king of diseases?
Well, because if you look up the Spanish word for crown, you might...
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Anyways, so there was this weird thing happening where at the Fremont factory, where they general assembly for basically all Teslas that aren't made in China is done, they were originally deemed an essential business, which is an interesting thing, and that must go back to, say, World War II or something, where automobile factories started making tanks and stuff like that, and things for the war. So like automobile manufacturing was originally like an essential business in the time of an emergency. And so they were continued operations. You know, they have like 35,000 people working there, some absurd number. And, you know, triple that amount of robots and all that. So, and there's actually several facilities, whatever, you get the point. It's now shut down. So no more Tesla cars are currently being made out of the factory, but they still are able to keep a minimal staff. They're just not able to make cars. So, okay, perhaps the office workers that are there, or the Fremont factory also is a delivery center. So potentially cars are being delivered. Which cars are being delivered, you might wonder? Well, we now have some Tesla Model Ys being delivered.
Wait, before we go into that, they might be doing something beyond cars, don't forget, before
That's
make you
true.
do your push-ups. Because
I have that as well.
Oh, okay, you do. Okay, never mind. Keep going. Never mind me. I got used to talking so much, I had to interrupt, you know.
Well, we can jump there. That's fine. So
let's just
what
filter
else,
through 4 stories in 1 minute here.
Yeah, what else might they be making? You asked there, Tim. They might be making ventilators to help with the event, and so this also could be something that GM is getting involved with. I don't know if they're just jumping on board to really help or to get in the spotlight because Elon said a thing. But hey, we have people with manufacturing facilities, and let's all band together and do some good in the world. And so it sounds like potentially Elon and team may be starting to make ventilators, and that has to do with the HVAC systems in the cars are very advanced, et cetera, et cetera. So they have some experience with these things. I think SpaceX has something as well, right?
Well, people were saying that SpaceX could potentially make rubbing alcohol or make sterile products using some of the things that they have on tap, basically. But I mean, that's totally just people being like, hey, we could use this if there's a shortage of this. I mean, it's not anything really happening.
So here you have Elon, and I believe the original tweet was a response to. Okay, well, here's this guy saying, Raja, Elon is not an idiot, Abbas. Please repurpose your factory to make ventilators, which are needed ASAP. And he said, we will make ventilators if there is a shortage. And Nate Silver from 538, if you guys are familiar with probably the my data science idol there, it was tweeting, and Elon responded, and then they went back and forth. And so apparently it's going to be a thing.
Well, click on Elon's name there and look at the replies, because there's something that actually happened even since we've been recording for Elon, and this is taking it to the next level. Even
let me jump over.
Scroll down. He replied to the mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio. Looks like there's more stuff even, but go down. I don't know. We don't need to talk about that.
Mayor Bill de Blasio. Our country is facing a drastic shortage, and we need ventilators ASAP. We will need thousands in the city over the next few weeks, et cetera, et cetera. And he said, sounds good. We will connect with your team to understand potential needs.
Because right above that, he said that Tesla makes cars with sophisticated HVAC systems. SpaceX makes spacecraft with life support systems. There's the SpaceX connection. Ventilators are not difficult, but cannot be produced instantly. Which hospitals have these shortages you speak of right now? And that was Yeah. So.
Right, and that was a response to Nate Silver. The original. Right. This was the original, the first one I saw where. Yeah. So Elon. Oh, okay. Elon, did say we will make ventilators, and then Nate Silver said there's a shortage now. How many ventilators, et cetera, et cetera.
Crazy. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nuts if they, for the next month, while the factories shut down, if they were able to sit there and crank out ventilators for real? I mean, it'd probably take them 2 weeks to prototype, but still.
Well, the only thing that I wonder about that is how much equipment and experience do the teams there have with plastics?
Yeah, I know nothing about ventilators and what would go into them.
Yeah, I guess that's what the gap in knowledge I have here is, how much of that experience translates over.
Well, think about the interiors of their cars are a ton of plastic.
Yeah, but that's like made somewhere and then like just installed.
Is it?
Right.
They don't produce those in-house?
Maybe, but typically those things, like a lot of these switches, like the little turn stalk and those things, companies like Bosch are typically the ones that make those for everybody.
Yeah, but I think the whole big, majority of the actual, interior plastics, like the center console and stuff, and the dashboard would be made in-house, you'd think.
Yeah, I don't think it's done at Fremont. Maybe it's done somewhere else and then shipped to Fremont. But anyways...
They probably have the supply chain for it, at least,
Hopefully. Yeah, and then these designs shouldn't be, super... compared to what they do now, I assume would be much simpler.
And we all know SpaceX is good at rapidly iterating and building things, literally turning on a dime and switching up their whole game plan.
Yeah. Are they going to pressure test the ventilators and just blow them up out there at Boca Chica to see how much they can take?
Meanwhile, Boeing is going to come out with a plan, and NASA's going to fund it for 7 years from now, and
NASA will have a $1 billion ventilator.
Yeah, that's right.
And a tower to hold it.
It's like the Apple monitor stand for $1,000. It's just like a piece of plastic. You're like, what the hell?
Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this clip from our podcast.
We do a weekly show here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, where we discuss all the things that are going to make our future totally ludicrous.
You can join us here on YouTube or at any of your favorite podcast places. Plus, if you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and join a cool community, you can help support the channel at patreon.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.